have you here. So nice, a big pleasure for us.
Thank you.
To have you here in my town, in my country, with good company apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, friends of yours, Nico.
Very good friends.
Okay.
And it's an honor for me to be here in Argentina.
Thank you, that's kind of you. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your experience up to now? Okay, it's been a couple of days only, but maybe you can share with us some words?
Sure. I met Nicolas in Key West, Florida, and he explained to me that he had saved his money for a couple of years and that he was on this incredible journey. And I seen that his motorcycle wasn't in the best of shape. He had just bought it and didn't have a chance to do anything to it yet. And I was concerned that he might incur a lot of difficulties.
Trouble, some kind of trouble.
Yeah, you know. So I wanted to help him. And so I asked him to ride with me to my hometown and allow me and my friends to work on his motorcycle and
give him a hand.
And that was the first day. Argentina.
Se conocieron en Florida, en Southwest, en el oeste. Nico estaba teniendo algunos problemas con la moto. Y apenas arrancaba un gran viaje, así que él sintió la necesidad de ayudarlo, de invitarlo a su pueblo natal con sus amigos y darle una mano, trabajar un poco en las reparaciones de la moto.
Eso fue en Indiana.
¿En Indiana? Ah, mira, ahí es donde se conocieron y después viajaron.
Nos conocimos en Key West, Florida, al sur de Florida.
Ajá.
La ruta esa que pasa por el medio del mar.
Sí.
Y de ahí subimos hasta Indiana.
Mira, y ahí ya juntos, él te invitó, digamos, a manejar juntos porque te vio con estos problemas.
Indiana, viajamos 5 días más o menos juntos.
Ajá. Él sintió la necesidad de ayudar. Concerning this new, because this is the story to be continued, but here in Argentina, okay? What are your expectations, if there are any, or a lot maybe?
A lot.
But which is the idea, more or less, what you're up to here in this country, on this following adventure?
Well, obviously I had an entire family here in Argentina that I had never met. We've been corresponding for 5 years, staying in touch. And from what I learned from him about how incredible this country was, and insisted that it's something that I would be interested in writing and writing stories about and enjoying. So I finally made it. And I have a wonderful support net of people here in the community and Nico's family that welcomed me. And I'm very excited for our motorcycle trip on Route 40.
Route 40, okay. When are you getting started? I mean, you are on it, but when specifically?
I think we're going to leave in a couple of days. And we're going to travel, I believe, 3,000 miles, if I have the translation correct. And for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
Yep.
And the idea is basically to do what you are used to doing, but there in your own country land.
Yes. Yeah.
But maybe you've got money, you've got the resources, everything is taken care of.
Everything is in line. Yep. We're ready.
Good.
Y no sé si quería apuntar algo de cuando yo volví a Alaska, nos encontramos en Arizona, donde él está viviendo actualmente en el medio del desierto. Él tiene un campamento para motociclistas vagabundos, tiene 3 motorhomes, él vive en uno de esos y recibe viajeros muy cerca de Las Vegas.
On Nico's way back from Alaska, he's telling me that was it a coincidence for you to get together in Arizona, in your hometown?
No.
Or?
No. After we parted ways and he went to Alaska, I invited him to Arizona to ride on Route 66, which is just a few miles from my camp.
He was telling me about that.
Yes.
Camp.
So he came and stayed with me for quite a while, and we went up to the Grand Canyon and Route 66. Places like this, ghost towns, camping around. And so I said one day, would you like to go to Sturgis?
Sturgis es el motoencuentro más grande del mundo.
Wow.
Está en Dakota del Sur, al norte de Estados Unidos.
Oh, South Dakota.
Yes, the largest motorcycle rally in America and the second oldest.
The second, so summer, okay? Summertime?
Yes,
But
it
maybe
begins
in the north,
at
it doesn't feel like summer at
no,
all?
it's hot. It's August. Yeah, it begins in August, so it's warm.
Okay.
So we traveled to Sturgis together and spent time together there. And I had introduced Nico to my best friend that I grew up with in Florida, Brian Schmidt. And he owns his own company. And Nico had exhausted a lot of his resources because traveling in Alaska is very expensive. So Nico went from South Dakota, rode back across America to Florida, worked for my friend, and then traveled the lower side of the United States into Mexico and onto his way home to Argentina.
Because of course, it's not only making or having the resources, the energy, or there's a lot to consider.
A lot of people don't realize that endurance motorcycle riding is a sport. We recognize an American champion in America, and the event is called the Hockey. And you know, we think we're really tough in America as far as endurance riding. We don't hold a candle to the Argentines. People from Argentina love endurance riding and are the best motorcycle riders and the toughest motorcycle riders in the world.
Really? Okay, maybe that's why you took an interest in Nico's?
No, I didn't know he was from Argentina.
Okay.
I did not know that. But how I knew was I said, have you ever heard of Emilio Scotto, who is the world champion and the greatest motorcyclist, journalist, and rider of all time? He's from Argentina.
Sorry, I'm really bad at this. I basically know nothing about this.
Okay, well he is.
Names, I'm sure they are, but
he is a great guy, and he's ridden his motorcycle around the planet. So we all look up to him, and so I asked Nico,
person to look up to.
And he said yes, he loved Emilio. So I knew instantly.
That was what you had in common, apart from your big passion towards motorbikes and riding and adventures. Okay.
Right.
And any kind of fears, because it's for the brave ones, I think. So
no, to me, what creates fear would be trapped or staying in my house all the time, every night, a routine, or a steady job. That's what I fear.
Okay.
I don't fear freedom.
So you're living the time of your life every single day?
Every single day.
It's you here with us, just enjoying these mates, apparently, okay? And
yes,
this lovely
exactly.
conversation. So what a pleasure. It's incredible, and I feel honored that they have invited me to be part of this small talk. But I'm really honored for this.
Thank you very much.
Talking about our culture and traditions and everything, I mean, I need to ask, because I know that Nico is quite fluent in English, but I don't know back in those days, how did you get through the communication in such a difficult situation, because he has been going through some days, okay,
well,
having some problems?
It's funny you ask, because there was an obvious sign. We went from our meeting point and we rode around Key West through some of the streets, and I was looking for a place that maybe had air conditioning. It was very hot that day, or so we could just get out of the sun and maybe enjoy a beer. And
sure. Okay.
I realized
sounds like the perfect plan. But
that I had heard of Google Translator on my telephone, but I had never opened an app or used it. So I decided to try it, and it worked. But I wanted to be for sure that he understood what I was saying. That,
not only showing a friendly face, but
I didn't want him to be scared or apprehensive. You know, just come with me, you know. So I said, well, let's walk outside and surely we can find a Spanish English speaking person to translate.
Yeah.
And he's like, of course. We go outside, the very first couple that walks past us, I said, do you speak Spanish and English both? And they said, why, of course. And I said, wow, where are you from? And they were from Argentina.
That is okay. That is a very, very small world, okay? What a big coincidence. The closest.
It's true. So
okay, so you were meant to be together in a way.
I believe
probably.
so.
Yeah?
I was on a spiritual journey, and I come back with this guy.
Okay. That's lovely. And talking about, you see, that's concerning language. Do you know how to speak a little bit of Spanish right now?
No.
It's the same. You're in the situation than before?
I am dating a girl that speaks Spanish pretty well, but I'm not sure I want to repeat what I've heard.
Private tutor. Come on, take advantage of her, okay? But you should ask for some free lessons, okay?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that.
Okay, and here talking about, of course, it's you know, Latin American. It's a big place, and maybe what we have in common is the language, but the traditions and the cultures are completely different one from the other. So what you have experienced up to now here, I've been told that a little bit told me that you've tried some fernet, mate, as we can see.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel with that?
Well, I enjoy it. I drink herbal tea a lot at home, and so it's a familiar taste to me, and it's refreshing. Argentina is far more beautiful than I could even imagine. Some of the places we're gonna go on my trip, I have to look at the pictures intensely to make sure that this is even real, because it's so beautiful.
This is happening, okay?
So,
have you been saving up some money for this big trip? Because with the pandemic in between, many of our plans got frustrated. Maybe this idea was originally planned for before?
No, I just, had the opportunity arise, and been waited through the pandemic. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I probably would have came before, and it still wasn't easy. There were a lot of hoops, to jump through, and I understand that. But once I got here, it was worth all the effort, and such a relief to actually be in the home of my brother, staying in the spare bedroom, and basically submerging me in your culture, because he's a great tour guide. He explains everything to me in detail, and introduces me to people. So if I were here alone as an American tourist, I would not be having, there's no way it could be as good as what this is.
Okay, to be closing up a little bit.
Okay.
Just we want to show our gratitude because of this time, of the fact that you are here. I think that not only Nico and Nico's family are blessed with your presence, but in my case, I got this opportunity for me to practice English with a native speaker like you. We were talking about the lifestyles and everything that comes behind this stereotype of a writer, or homeless people. I was sharing these ideas with them. There's a lot to tell, and this story, I mean, it's I feel honored to be here, to be the kind of translator, to be sharing these conversations with you. So from my part and from everybody's here, it is our big wish for you to best of luck on your trip, your road trip. This adventure has not even get started yet.
Not yet.
When you said you cannot really believe what you're living, let me tell you that this is just the beginning. You will be at an awe, okay, with all the things that you are gonna see and experience, and these memories are gonna last forever, I'm sure.
They are.
Like your friendship with Nico. He agrees with me that this is just a very humble and small place where we are, but this is the tiniest beauty that you will see, okay, in this amazing country. Well, then the rest is for you, okay? After this trip, maybe we have another conversation, so I
Okay.
listen to your stories.
Great.
There are gonna be a lot. I'm
Yeah.
sure of that.
I'm sure too.